format of the show will be, I will be asking general questions to Anki, and he will be telling us more and more about it. Okay, and please don't send a mic request yet. Once we open the forum for Q&A, then you can send your mic request. Okay, so we'll start now. Uh, Before we start, let me tell you, I also know him very little and came to know about him very recently. As you know, I keep following new people all the time who are doing some good work. So I started following him some 2 months back. So your good name is Ankit or Anki?
Yeah, so my name is Ankit. I have been working in Indonesia for more than 5 years, and my Indonesian friends and Indonesian committee, they call me Anki. So yeah, for last 5 years I have been called by a name of Anki, so I changed it Anki. Yeah.
Okay. So we'll call you Ankit. So it's very unique thing that you are sitting in Indonesia, right?
Yeah.
And you are working with an IT firm, and from there you are doing
Yeah, finance related firm. Yeah.
yeah, and from there you are doing trading as well in your personal capacity. So take
Correct.
us through your journey from the beginning, as back as we can go, probably class eighth
Okay.
or
Okay.
high
So
school or your
I'll
first
start.
class. Yeah.
All right, all right. So first of all, thank you so much, Anand, for inviting me, and thank you so much, all of you who have taken out time and to listen to me and Anand. So first of all, I'll start from 2013 when I started. When I heard the name options first time in 2013, I heard in my first company. I was working in Tata Motors at that time. I heard that people are doing buying call and put, and immediately they are like 2x, 3x times. They are increasing the capital within a day. I started my option journey there in 2013. I tried option buying only initially with 2000, 3000 rupees capital. And as a beginner luck, I turned that 3000 rupees by, it was just pure out of the money call buying, put buying. And I turned that 3000 rupees into 8000 rupees. So I was like, oh, I increased my capital from 3000 to 8000. And within a month only, the account went to zero. So that was my initial journey with options, and then I understood that this was completely gambling. So 2013, 4 5 months I did this, and then directly after coming to Indonesia, I was watching YouTube, and I was also reading about the options trading, and then I found about the term called option selling or option writing. And then first time I started, because I was working throughout, I started option selling as selling out of the money options of Nifty 5 rupees option on Monday, and on Thursday they were automatically expiring at 0 rupees. So this I did for 3 to 4 months, and every month I was profitable. Fourth month, some big move came, and all my 3 to 4 months profit went away in a single day. So that was my first experience with that unlimited loss thing of option selling. Then I read about it more. I also read some books about options, and then I realized that if you're doing option selling, it is more important that you have to be in front of screen, not very actively compared to an option buyer, but yeah, still you have to be in front of screen because you can incur huge losses if you're not in front of screen. Then I decided that as I'm also in front of screen, I have to watch the market regularly. Why don't I try intraday instead of doing positional? Because the big movements, the big gaps only come in positional trades. So I started trading only expiries, only Thursdays I started trading. And that was the life changing moment for me. So from October 2019 until now, I mean, recently, until last 6 months ago, I was only doing Thursday trading, only doing expiry trading, and I was making consistently 5 to 6% per month returns. And from 2019, where my capital was 5 lakhs, I added 10 lakhs more after 6 months when I was profitable. And that 15 lakhs capital is now grown to more than 7x in last 3 years. Just by doing the simple strategy of strangles and only on expiry. That was my only strategy. I then, after doing that in last 1 year, I realized that the returns which I was getting earlier, that those returns are going to are decreasing. They are not like, I was easily 1.5 to 2.5%. I was easily having profits on Thursdays, which came down to 0.5% to 0.7% because of spikes or like very big movements in intraday also. then I realized that I cannot keep on continuing with the same strategy, even though it is still profitable. I started doing some discretionary trading, which is like taking the directional trades or taking the strangle only, but in a directional view. For example, if I have a bullish view, I will sell expensive put compared to call. If I have a bearish view, I will sell expensive call compared to put. And doing that for every week, I have not missed even a single expiry from last 3 years. Yeah, so that's how the journey was. Recently, from last 6-7 months, I've been doing Nifty, Bank Nifty, including that I'm also doing Fin Nifty and USD INR. This USD INR expiry and Fin Nifty I started like 7-8 months ago, when very few people were doing that. And because of these two things, Fin Nifty expiry as well as USD INR expiry trading, many people I have connected with many traders who were not doing this, and they started doing USD INR expiry as well as Fin Nifty expiry because they saw me, I was doing it regularly. So that actually I gained a lot of traction from big traders. They reached out to me, I also reached out to them because of this two trading. And yeah, I'm keep on continuing that thing right now also. Just the only change is, earlier I was only doing delta neutral strategies. Now I'm doing a little bit directional trades as per the charts. So that's the journey from option buying in 2013, option selling till now.
So your journey has been like fast paced, and you have covered it also in less than 5 minutes. So we'll go a little slow.
Okay.
So you're saying for 3 years flat, you traded only on expiry day. Okay.
2 years. Last 1 year, I'm not doing. I'm doing, yeah.
Yeah, 2 years. So first question which comes to my mind is that it's a two-part question. First question is, how could you discipline yourself that you will trade only on Thursday? Because most of us who have ever traded, it's like having a finger on the trigger of a gun, and we want to keep pressing that trigger. That the joy that we get in getting that sound out of the barrel of the gun, we want to experience that as well. So how could you restrain yourself in trading only on Thursday for 2 years, like more than 100 expiries? That's one. Okay. And second, what? Okay, you answer this first one, then I'll ask the second.
All right. So Anand, it's a very good question. That how can I
go a little slow. A lot of my friends are not very comfortable in English, so we'll go like.
I can mix it with Hindi if you like.
Again, a lot of my friends are not comfortable with Hindi as well. So we'll go Hindi or English, but the sentence formation has to be a little slower. I'm sorry to say. Yeah, I mean, you're going fine, but just a little slower. Yeah.
Okay. So the first question you asked is, how can I control myself trading only on expiries? So that's a very right question. I did say, you can say 3 to 4 months I did only expiry. Why I was able to control only expiries? Because I was working also. I was having a job, and even Thursdays, doing every Thursday trading, it was difficult because my job was little bit demanding at that time. Thanks to COVID, I got to work from home 3 to 4 months regularly, and that during that time I was able to do full day expiry easily. So yes, I was trying other days also initially, but I found that I'm not making profit. I'm not very good other days because the time decay was not so much compared to Thursdays. So then I realized that okay, my profit which I'm earning on Thursdays will go away on other days. So within 2 weeks of time when I did everyday trading, I realized that better to stick on Thursdays. So the less time you are in market, the less risk you are also taking, and most of the Thursdays are profitable for me. So then I decided, okay, I will stick on Thursdays. I'll also have to focus on my job. Otherwise, I will have to take a decision. Should I do job or trading? I would not be able to do both if I'm doing every day. So that's number one, that I realized that I was not making profits. Yeah.
So you were not doing any kinds of trade from Monday to some Friday to Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Monday to Wednesday. No other trade. Monday to Wednesday and Friday, no other trade. Only intraday Thursdays.
Okay. So now it comes like my second question is, you did more than 100 expiries trading only on Thursday. So back of the envelope, or on an average, what kind of returns you're getting each Thursday?
So I have my calculation. So from that 15 lakh capital, now I have 1 crore capital. The same capital is grown to 1 CR. That turns out to be 1.2% return per week.
So 1.2% you are able to generate trading only on Thursday. Okay, that's like
Yes.
fantastic. Okay. So now the third very crucial question, which like is must be there in everybody's mind. What exactly were you? I understand that after the leverage is gone, September 2021, a lot of things have changed. But previously, what exactly were you doing? Let's say you come, open your trading terminal Thursday 9:15. What exactly you do?
So you can say I was more of a systematic trader earlier. Systematic means what I was doing. I'll share my system itself on this basis. The system was easy. 7 to 9 rupees का जो भी ऑप्शन चल रहा था निफ्टी में, आई यूज टू ओपन 9:15 से 9:20 का 5 मिनट्स का कैंडल मैं देखता था. अगर वो बहुत ही बड़ा बनता था लाइक इट्स वेरी बिग ग्रीन कैंडल, so what I would do is I will sell expensive put, I will sell 10 rupees ka put and 7 rupees ka call. If it is very big red candle, then I will sell 10 rupees ka call and 7 rupees ka put. And it's a very like normal candle, not very big red, not very big green. I will sell 7 to 9 rupees wala jo bhi put chal raha hai and 7 to 9 rupees wala jo bhi call chal raha hai. That's how I started my day after 9:20.
Then let's say on a range bound day, the 7 rupee call becomes 5 rupee or 4 rupees. So what will you do?
Yeah, so so I had that system that 7 rupees का call 3 से 4 रुपए से नीचे आया, then I will roll it up like put को and roll down the call. If everything is decaying and the market is range bound, I'll keep on rolling down and rolling up the options. If it's not going sideways and it's going in one direction, I have the stop loss at strict stop loss at 13 rupees. 13 rupees stop loss. कभी कभी difficult days होते थे तो 13 rupees का stop loss hit हो जाता था. I rolled up my call. If market is going up, मैं कॉल में लॉस बुक करके कॉल को और ऊपर ले जाता था. So basically I was just doing neutralizing the delta either by rolling
but
up
with a hard stop loss at double the value. 7 का है तो 13 rupees or
हाँ
14
correct.
rupees whatever.
हाँ correct.
Okay.
And this system is still working. It's just that earlier जो 2-2.5% मिलता था leverage के कारण अब वो 0.7-0.9% हो गया.
Okay, and what will you do? Let's say market opens gap down 1% or 2% and expected to be very volatile in first half. What do you do on those days?
No, I was still following the same system and it was still profitable even though it was gap down or gap up, because I was starting my day after 9:20, right? I was looking at the 5-minute chart and some days like there were some expiries which were like extremely volatile. I made losses in those expiries also. I will say from 100 expiries which I did, I was profitable in 72 expiries. I have counted that also. So 28 expiries I was making loss.
28 expiries. And which was your biggest loss and why?
Okay, my biggest loss day, I clearly remember that was 23rd of June. Why?
This year?
This year, yes.
Yeah, a lot of people made loss on 23rd June. I mean, I don't exactly remember, but a lot of people had said that they made losses. Why?
That June was a nightmare day for me because my trading style is always delta neutral or even range bound. Even if I'm taking directional bets, is always some call is also there, put is also there. Even though put value might be less and call value might be more, or vice versa. On 23rd of June, what happened was market was moving in N shape, moved in N shape, exactly N shape, going 1,000 points up, 1,000 point down, and again 1,000 point up. And in the last 1 hour, also 300 points up, down, up, down. It was nightmare market for me. That day actually disturbed me to the core for like 2 to 3 days. But slowly and gradually, I kept on making small profits, playing very, very safe, decrease my position size. And in 3 weeks of time, I recovered that loss. I also posted that on Twitter that I'm out of drawdown after 3 weeks of trading. So it was a 3 weeks of time loss, which I took the hit because of that 23rd of June day. So I lost 7% of my capital on a single day. So that was
7% of capital you lost on the worst day. Okay, and
yeah,
but you could recover in. But you said after the leverage was gone, return for your delta neutral strategies have become lower. So are you taking directional bets after the leverage is gone?
Yeah, so I told you, like, from last 7-8 months, I have stopped. Like, I am taking directional bets. So I'm taking directional trades. Even the strangles, I'm analyzing the charts. If I'm bullish, I'll sell expensive put compared to call. If I'm bearish, I'll sell expensive call compared to put. So it's like I'm always range bound with a bias of bearish or bias of bullish.
Okay, so after the 3 years in the market, now nowadays, are you doing any other trades on Friday or Monday or Tuesday or
Yeah, from
any other
I'll
day?
say from last 1 year, I am almost trading 3 days every week. 3 days. How I'm able to do it? It is because my job is allowing me to do is I'm taking care of sales in my business. So in sales, what happens is I have to do 1 hour meeting in the morning and 1 hour meeting in the evening with my team. And there is the second benefit of time difference. I'm in Indonesia, so Indonesia is 90 minutes ahead of India. So currently in Indonesia is 11:18, which is now India in 9:48. So uh, 10:45 is the time when market starts in Indonesia, which is 9:15 in India. So before 10:45, all my meetings of job are done, and 5 o'clock market closes, and my last meeting is 5:30 to 6:30 is my last meeting in my office. So luckily, I'll call myself lucky that my job is such a way that I can manage trading as well as job both. And there are some days where I have meetings, full day meetings. On that on those days, my wife is also a trader. She is doing trading from home. On those days, I call my wife, and my terminal is also open at home all the time in front of my wife. And she knows that if some any loss goes beyond this point, she will close all the trades. So on those days where I have full day meetings, my wife is the support system. My wife is the support system which I have, even if things go haphazard in office, that I'm not able to see it, look at phone.
So you said you're trading 3 days. So is that all three expiries only dollar rupee and Fin Nifty and Bank
Correct.
Nifty?
So USD INR expiry on Friday, Tuesday expiry of Fin Nifty, and Thursday expiry on Nifty Bank Nifty. Now I'm also trying Wednesday because I have noticed that Wednesday time decay is also better now. It was not happening for last 1 or 2 months ago. Wednesday was loss making, so I stopped for some time. But I have started Wednesdays again. But I'm not trading very actively on Wednesdays. Just if I can do 2,000 quantity, I'm only trading with 1,000 quantity or 800 quantity on Wednesday.
Okay, and as you're trading Nifty and Bank Nifty both on expiry day,
Yeah,
so generally, as I am trading only Bank Nifty, so
yeah.
generally the belief is that Bank Nifty gives you a better juice for the margin blocked, or it has
True,
a better.
true. I agree.
So why do you trade both?
See, even though Bank Nifty is giving you bigger juice, bigger ROIs, when things go violent, Bank Nifty is very highly violent compared to Nifty. So I have two accounts. Like, I have 30% capital in one account and 70% capital in another account. 70% capital I use it only for Bank Nifty. 30% capital I use it only for Nifty. Sometimes uh, it happens that Nifty gives bigger returns compared to Bank Nifty because Bank Nifty is very volatile and a lot of SL hitting happened there, but it did not happen in Nifty. So it gives me more amount of learning, as well as my certain capital is at low risk, my another capital is at high risk. So it's a little bit diversification which I've done at my end instead of going all in Bank Nifty or all in Nifty.
So because of this diversification, your equity curve has become smoother.
I have not actually calculated or measured it from that perspective, how my equity curve has reacted to that. But yeah, I feel that my stress level is little bit decreased because not my full capital is not deployed only in Bank Nifty. So it's just keeping my stress levels in control. Okay, something is in Nifty which will not go beyond 150 points even if violent moves are coming. While in Bank Nifty, 700, 800,000 point move can come. So even though I'll make bigger loss in Nifty if things go wrong, Bank Nifty if things go wrong, I will not make that much bigger losses in Nifty. So I'll say on that 23rd of June, I made 6.5 lakhs loss in Bank Nifty and only 1.5 lakhs loss in Nifty. So the losses are also smaller, even though the ROIs in Nifty are smaller when on the profitable days, but losses are also smaller.
And I think you are the first trader that I know who is trading Fin Nifty very actively since the beginning. So it's been what, 6 months or 7 months?
Yeah, 7 months.
So
So I
what?
started from February, yeah.
So what was the genesis of the idea that let's trade Fin Nifty as well, because it used to be very illiquid 6 months back. And
Yeah.
what kind of capital you started with? What was the initial strategy and how you went about it?
So to be honest, I started with full capital only. I wanted to generate more ROI. Okay, I'm getting, instead of one expiry, I'm getting 2 expiries now. So it's a good opportunity to generate more ROI. I started with the full capital. You can say that was blessing in disguise, or it was my biggest mistake. It can be both. But for me, it happened blessing in disguise, because when I calculate from February till April, I was net positive only from Nifty, when those were the very liquid days. So how I traded was, I learned also a lot of things in that illiquid market. What happens was, one option is, for example, say 18,200 ka call. There is a buy bid value at 8 rupees, sell value is 12 rupees. So how do I put my order there? So
In
there
between?
I was, yeah. Yes, Anand?
I'm saying at the bid offer के बीच में.
हाँ, बिड ऑफर के बीच में कभी भी उधर लगाता था, कभी कभी मैं क्या करता था, आई एम पुटिंग 1 रुपीज बिहाइंड द आस्क प्राइस, 12 रुपीज का नियरेस्ट, तो मैं 13 रुपीज पर लगा के छोड़ देता था, कि अकॉर्डिंग टू, बिकॉज आई वॉज फीलिंग दैट 8 रुपीज इज वेरी चीप फॉर दिस ऑप्शन, so I will not sell at 8 rupees. So there I was putting at 13 rupees, even though the nearest was 12 rupees. So sometimes it, I will not say sometimes, well, most of the time it was executed, because only one move was required, one like 20-30 rupees move was required to execute that. So 50-55% time my order was executed at the higher price compared to the LTP. And sometimes also, when I was putting SL, keeping 1 rupees gap between SL price and SL trigger, my SLs were not getting hit, they were getting jumped. That was a learning where I lost around more than 1.5 lakhs ka profit, came down to minus 15,000 immediately because of 2-3 SLs hitting. That happened because my SL got jumped. I kept the SL at 13 rupees SL trigger, 14 rupees SL price, and market shot up from 13 rupees, it went to 37 rupees in a fraction of 2 minutes. So that
you
was
could cover only at 37.
I covered at 37. I kept on increasing my SL, but it kept on increasing because of illiquid, like less liquidity, and ultimately I covered everything in 37. All my profits wiped out within 2 minutes. So that was my biggest learning also, how to deal with illiquid markets. And on that also, I have posted a tweet how to trade in illiquid Fin Nifty. That tweet got a lot of interaction, and so I put there that when you are trading in Fin Nifty, if you're putting SL, put the SL at least 4 to 5 rupees. Keep the gap of 4 to 5 rupees between trigger and price. But now, luckily, now the Fin Nifty is very liquid. Within 1 rupees gap also, you can get the SL hit, which was not the case at 4-5 months ago. Even 3 months ago, it was not the case.
Okay, so nowadays, I think recently exchange has also introduced strikes in the multiple of 50. You think that will increase the liquidity and ease with which we roll up or roll down options?
Surely, I was waiting for this, and it's a good news for a lot of Fin Nifty traders. Let's see, this Tuesday will be the first time we will be trading 50 strikes. Let's see what happens there. So this is new for me also. Even I don't know how it will react, but I'm positive about it, that it will be really beneficial for adjusting the positions.
And you have traded around around 20 to 30 expiries of Fin Nifty. So what is the average return you have got on Fin Nifty?
average return is still less. It's around 0.6% till now, from February till now. I mean, 0.6% per week, I'm telling.
Yeah. And the thing is, what I notice is that generally FinNifty options are, the premium is far lesser than, what the uh, volatility would suggest.
True.
Sometimes, I mean, it opened at 100 rupees straddle. I mean, at the money call or put opens at 50 rupees, right?
Yeah.
So how do you manage that? I mean, do you also engage in spreads?
So like, being very honest, I am not a very very big fan of straddles. I always start the day with triangles only. In FinNifty, I start the day with 2.5 ka option selling. Like what Shreyas Bundy does in Nifty, I start in FinNifty 2.5 to 3 rupees ka option selling, and I keep the SL at 10 rupees. Until the 10 rupees reaches, I keep on adjusting the delta. That's how I do initially in FinNifty. Yeah.
So on an option which is 2 rupees or 3 rupees, how would you adjust the delta? Let's say after some time the 3 rupees option becomes 2 rupees and the other 3 rupees option remains 3 or becomes 3.5. How will you adjust the delta?
I will adjust the delta looking at the next available price, next available strike. If that next available price is near to the other end price, for example, market is going up, my put was 3 rupees, my call was 3 rupees, and market is going up, my call went to 6 rupees and my put went to 2 rupees. Okay, so overall I'm at 2 rupees loss. I'll see the next put. If that put is more than 10 rupees, I will not shift. If that next put is less than 6 rupees, which is the call price, then I will shift it. So I keep on shifting the delta, looking at the next available strike, what is the price there. Second adjustment, what I do is, if, for example, call has reached to 7 rupees and this put is only 1 rupees, and the next put is running at 12 rupees, in that case, I'll adjust my quantity. Instead of having 1,000 quantity, I'll only sell 400 quantity or 300 quantity of 10 rupees option in the put side. So see, you can adjust the delta in two ways. One is by shifting the strikes. Second is by manipulating your quantity size. Both ways you can adjust your delta.
So you keep on doing till 3:30, or along the way you change the system?
See, I'm a discretionary trader. If the chart is showing extreme bullishness, sometimes I'm only staying in put, and I'm keeping like losses booked on the call side, and I'm keeping my puts rolling up with the market. But I always stay away from the market, at least in FinNifty, at least 200 points away from the ATM.
And apart from this slippage that you already mentioned, which was the other big loss that you encountered in last 20-30 expiries in FinNifty?
In FinNifty, luckily my biggest loss was under 2% only. So I have not lost very big, because I was always away from, I was always 200-300 points away in FinNifty normally. And even if I'm doing like straddle, I don't do straddle, I do iron fly. If I'm doing straddle, I always have the nearby hedges bought, so that even in the bigger moves are coming in market, my losses will not exceed.
Okay. And so this FinNifty and Bank Nifty, Nifty all put together. So last 3-4 months were like very challenging for a lot of people. So what were your returns
in last 3-4 months?
Yeah, both put together.
Yeah. So July, where I made the biggest loss on 23rd of June. In June, where I made the biggest loss of on 23rd of June. In June also, I was profitable 4%. In July, I was profitable 10%. In August, I was profitable 4.5%. So overall, it's around 6.2% per month. And September is still going on. Yeah.
I mean, if I may say so, because you are talking about such fantabulous returns. So in July, around 10% and so on. July was which was green day for a lot of people. So what went wrong in August?
August, see, in expiry, some expiries gave me losses, or I lost my discipline on some expiries. I can say that I did some mistakes. I was taking aggressive bets in directional. I was taking directional trades also close to ATMs. So the mistake was I went greedy, and that resulted me in not very big RO. So that was also
Being greedy on an expiry day is a very interesting phenomenon. So give us some example, like what happened exactly.
yeah. So sometimes it was example you can take from last expiry itself. So in last expiry, many times breakout was coming. It was clear breakouts were coming, and with the breakout, I was selling the aggressive like 300 or 400 points away puts in Bank Nifty. And two times it happened that after breakout, the market Bank Nifty came down again. So that was the mistake that instead of going 200 or 300 points near ATM, if I had stayed 600 points OTM, I would have not made any losses, and I could have came out in profit. So being greedy can give you bigger profits also if the your direction is going, market is going in your direction. But it can hurt you bad also if the breakouts were fake breakouts. So that was a learning that sometimes you don't have to be greedy. So see, when there is one more rule I have created, that if I'm already in good profits for the previous days of the month, sometimes I take more risk, keeping in mind that okay, I'm risking my profits only, I'm not risking my capital. So you can say it's mistake also, but mistake is also calculated. Okay, it's calculated based on the profits which I have created in the previous days.
Yeah, and I noticed that you were among very few traders who is also trading USD INR. So what exactly you do in USD INR? You said you trade it only one day, right?
Yeah, so I traded only on Fridays. USD and INR was like I saw someone on Twitter who posted the MTM screenshot, and USD INR positions were open. It happened 1 year ago, I think, and I was curious what happens there. So again, with FinNifty, 1 or 2 months before FinNifty came, I started trading USD INR. Before that, um, I read about it also on online or on NSE circulars, but I was not getting clear information what happens there, because the prices were like 0.00250050. Like I thought, like only less than 1 paisa, what will I get? So I tried one day, one Friday, I tried selling 100 quantities of 0.005 USD INR option, call option. So then I realized that 005, if I'm selling 100, it actually 100 means 100 lots. 100 lots means 1 lakh quantity. In USDNR, 1 lot is 1000 quantity by default. So if when I sold 100 quantities, it was actually 1 lakh quantities, like 100,000 quantities, which turned out to be 500 rupees profit at the end. If the market is closing at zero, it would be 500 rupees profit. On the same day, I realized that the minimum value of the option, which goes until 0.05 in Nifty and Bank Nifty, that goes until 0.0025 in USD INR, and it stops there. So I had to close my position. I sold at 0.05. I bought at 0.0025, which was 250 rupees profit. That was the first expiry which I did on USD INR. That day I realized that the minimum price, which was 0.05 in Nifty and Bank Nifty, while it is 0.005 in USD INR, it is actually turns out to be 2.5 rupees. If you consider that one lot to be one quantity, it is 2.5 rupees the minimum price. Next expiry itself, I started with the full capital. I sold 1000 quantities. Again, same method, selling strangles away from the ATM. The problem in USD INR is you only have 1 or 2 strikes. Other strikes are already trading at 0.025. There is no buyer there. Only sellers are keeping their orders open. There's no buyer there. So then I realized that the adjustments are not possible there in USD INR. So only 1 or 2 strikes away, wherever I was finding the price of 0.005 or 0.075, I was selling it. If it was a considerable amount OTM, I was selling it 1,000 quantities. Even though I could sell 2,000 quantities, but I started with 1,000 quantities. considering that if any movement come, I will adjust with the quantities instead of just moving up and down through strikes. So that's how I started USD INR. The returns were like, it's more profitable than Fin Nifty. People who have traded USD INR, in terms of returns, it's now 0.65%, while Fin Nifty is 0.6% per week. USD INR just by doing OTM strangles only. So I have some friends. I don't know they have joined this spaces or not. They are making fantabulous returns from USD INR expiry, positional iron fly, positional iron condors. You can actually make more returns in USD INR compared to Bank Nifty and Nifty. So this is this might be a new information for many of the traders, but if you can trade positional USD INR, your returns can increase 1.5x to 2x compared to Bank Nifty, because one lot, like one quantity selling in USD INR is requiring only 2,200 rupees. One quantity. So 100 quantity you can sell in 2.2 lakhs rupees in USD INR. So the returns can be fantabulous if you can only do USD INR expiry. And some of my friends are actually doing it and making 3 to 4% return every week. Yeah, some weeks are loss also. On an average, they are making 10+% return in a month. So I'm slowly looking that side also. So currently I'm creating my discipline. Okay, Thursday ko Bank Nifty na karke wala capital. Let's keep it in USD INR. I'm trying to do that, but I'm not able to achieve yet. So that's my next stint. I will try to do that.
Yeah, Gurleen, you have a question. Go ahead, please.
Well, I don't have a question, but as a co-host, I just wanted to let you know that something has come up and I'll have to quickly run. But it's always a delight being on spaces. I mean, your spaces, and I mean, learning so many things and listening to other people's journeys. So, thank you for that.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Gurleen.
Thank you.
Pawan Tiwari ji is also here. I want to make someone co-host because in case if my system crashes, the show must go on. Tiwari ji, you are there. You are awake. Ankit, just like you, he also stays outside India, and yeah, or recording spaces. You can be my co-host.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. So, moving ahead. 1 second. So Ankit, so USD INR you're doing Friday morning 9 o'clock because market opens at 9 o'clock currency market, or you were starting it from Thursday itself? How do you go about it?
So I'm currently doing only Fridays. I was sometimes carrying the position on Thursdays, but I realized because I don't buy hedges in USD INR, which can be which can turn out to be a mistake in long run. But till now, luckily, I did not face any big gap ups or gap down. So, but now I have, even though I keep some position open from Thursday through Thursday night till Friday to get some decay, I keep very small quantities open overnight. But mostly 90% of my capital or 80% of my capital is deployed intraday on Friday itself. Starting from 9 o'clock, expiry is at 12:30 p.m. on Friday for the USD INR. So it's just 3.5 hours of trading.
So for USD INR, your method is very simple. Like away from ATM, the first strike, whatever it is there, you sell that, right? Generally, it is 1 paisa or 2 paisa. So you sell that. And if it is not of equal premium, you try to adjust it with quantity, right?
True, correct. Yeah.
And during the day, I mean, it's only 3-hour expiry. So during the day, you try to adjust the delta by changing the quantity of the same strike.
I'll tell you, adjustment in USD INR is rarely required. Sometimes the movement is not coming at all. The movement is only 0.1 up, 0.1 down, not more than that. So sometimes USD INR is like, because it's currency, it's highly regulated. So the big movements in USD INR are very rare. But during Fed meetings, the USD INR can be very violent. So we have to be careful during that times. Otherwise, the USD INR is really stable.
Okay. But you were also mentioning that you want to do it from Thursday morning itself.
No, Thursday evening after, because see, USD INR markets are open until 5 p.m. India time. So after 3:30, when the Thursday expiry is done, I still have 1.5 hours to look at USD INR. If I feel that I'm getting a safe OTM, like 2 or 3 strikes away, there is a premium of 0.05 or 0.075. I will sell that.
Okay. And for how many expiries you're doing it?
I'm doing it from December or like January this year. So it's
So,
already
okay,
7.
already 7-8 months.
Yeah.
And what will be a percentage return for USD INR expiry?
It's actually better than FinNifty. It's 0.65% per week.
Okay. And out of so many expiries, like how many expiries will be profitable in terms of percentage?
I have so far only 3 loss expiries on USD INR. All other expiries are profitable.
Fantastic. So you are doing it with full capital on Friday itself.
Yeah, full capital. But that's what I'm saying. People are making very big returns from USD INR, selling straddles. I am not, again, I'm not a very big fan of straddles. I do strangles only. That's why my ROI is less. People who are very good in risk management and straddles, they can make a lot bigger ROIs. I have some friends making a lot of ROIs from USD INR.
So in your trading, at the start of the market only, you utilize the full quantity, full margin, or you go in a ladder form or in a
No,
staggered entry?
I go a staggered entry. Like I wait for 15-20 minutes, then I enter the another lot. I have 3 slots. I enter into 3 in the trade in 3 slots. If I can do 2,000, I'll go 1,000. Then I'll go 200, 300 again. Then I'll go rest 500 or 700 quantity. And like in 3 entries, I've enter completely, looking at little bit movements. But yeah, before 10 o'clock, I am already full quantity entered in USD INR.
And how will you handle it if there is a sharp movement in the market?
SL, book loss. There is no other way.
And where is your, let's say if you're selling an option of 1 paisa, where will you be your SL?
2x the price. Whatever is the selling price, I will put the SL at 2x price.
Okay, fantastic. So basically, in at least in USD INR, you're not taking any overnight risk.
Yeah, I mean sometimes I'm taking risk on Thursdays, but that I have stopped. I calculated if only 1 rupee movement come in USD INR, that can hurt you badly if because I was not hedged. So now, thanks to you, I had spoke with you last time that you also carry sometimes position, but they are always hedged. So I will try to do that. But if I try to do that, I have to make straddle, like I have to make iron fly only. There can be no other strategy because hedges are already at the minimum price. So let's see how I'll try something there. So that will be a new thing for me as well. Thanks to you.
Okay. And I thought even if I'm carrying Bank Nifty overnight positions, I never carry naked position. So at least on put side, I am completely hedged, so that even if there is a sharp movement in the market, and I don't utilize full capital ever. So if there is a sharp movement, let's say Bank Nifty opens 7%, 10% circuit down, that kind of thing also, because of
Yeah.
my defined hedge, my risk will be predefined. I mean, it can't go beyond that. So that really helps. Although in last 3 years, such an event has not happened, but in USD INR specifically, and even in our indices, it's not very uncommon to have some kind of negative surprise once in a while, once in 3 years or once in 5 years. So let's
True.
see when it happens next.
Yeah, one very important thing I want to tell to all the listeners. See, sometimes people are complaining about SEBI that they have removed the leverage and they're not giving any leverage, which was earlier 4x, 5x. I have done some calculation with the hedges, the leverage, the kind of leverage which you are getting. For example, if you have bought a hedge of 2,000 points away in Bank Nifty, uh, with only 5 lakhs capital, you can do 100 quantity easily. With 5 lakh capital, you can do 100 quantity easily, keeping your hedge 2,000 points away. But you have to see one thing, that if the lower circuits come or upper circuit come, you can actually lose 50% of the capital. Now, some people complain that even though I am hedged and the circuit comes, I will not lose my complete capital. Then why I'm only getting 100 quantity? Why can't I can get 200 quantity? Some people I saw that they're complaining, but actually this is a good thing from the risk perspective, that even though the circuit limit is reached, you are not losing your complete capital. So the hedge, the margin benefit which we are getting by buying the hedge, it's actually a very good thing which SEBI has done. So
Actually, I have a little, difference of opinion on that. See, the thing is, market clearly has two kinds of trader. One, profitable traders who are highly disciplined. Okay,
Yeah.
no matter what their strategy is, they are very disciplined in their approach.
Yeah.
And second is obviously new traders who are experiencing the market and they don't have a sense of discipline. So, in spite of hedge, now people have increased the quantity to insane levels, and still people are losing a lot of money when the market opens in an erratic manner. And slowly, a lot of people are losing entire capital. I get a lot of messages of that nature. Okay,
Yeah.
earlier when leverage rule was not there, I never traded more than 4x. So whatever is my amount with the broker, 4 times that I used to do, not more than. I mean, a lot of brokers, like even reputed brokers like Kotak and all, they were giving 50x or 10x, 20x. It was very common. I never did more than 4x. Okay, that was the part of the discipline. Now the problem which I am facing particularly, and I'm sure a lot of people might be facing. Earlier, I was, if let's say if I have 4 crore capital, I used to keep only 1 crore with the broker and rest 3 crore safely logged in fixed deposit or in liquid funds or whatever, right? So the broker risk or the counterparty risk with the broker, that was only of the 1/4 of the capital. Now,
Right.
in order to enjoy same quantity or same kind of trades, I need to deploy full capital with my broker. That is another systemic risk. Now people I'm talking about traders are keeping lesser money with the bank or with the liquid mutual fund or with any other entity, and they're keeping higher and higher amount with the broker. And in India, a broker going bankrupt is not a very rare event. So another kind of systemic risk we have created. One, unlike last 10 years or 15 years or 20 years, now we have brokers which are comparable to banks, very large brokers. And for banks, RBI does risk assessment at a periodic level, which is called too big to fail. There are banks which have been categorized that these banks are too big to fail. They have they face greater scrutiny, and they have the system makes sure that they do not fail. At broker level, the compliance, the due diligence, everything is not as prudent as a bank. And what, God forbid, if top two or top three brokers go bankrupt, and because of this leverage rule, a lot of traders are keeping all their money, all their liquid capital with the brokers. So that's the challenge that I'm facing. Rather, what SEBI could have done, if any sane person having a lot of contacts in SEBI is
Yeah,
listening to me.
let me add on to that, Anand. See,
Yeah.
you can minimize that risk. See, you said that if you have 4 crore capital, you are keeping 1 crore in broker's account, and 3 crores is logged in FD or somewhere else. You can do the same thing in this also. You can keep other 3 crores in liquid funds or debt funds and pledge it. So even if the broker goes bankrupt, that pledged entities will still be in the depository in CDSL, right? It will not go away with the broker.
It's a little technical. I mean, I didn't want to go into that. I have done that actually, but the technicality is that once the pledge is there, so broker has the first right to liquidate it, and broker can easily prove that you have a negative PNL of the day, of the week. I mean, every bankruptcy in India, financial bankruptcy in India, is accompanied with malpractices and accounting fraud. So what will happen next as a scam? It's very difficult to comment on that. But I'm saying the change scenario, rather than doing that, my last point was that we could have done what the developed market does, that at a customer level, KYC level, you can identify which are the people who can do FNO and which are the people who should not do FNO. For example, if you keep a bar of having a net worth of 25 lakh rupees or 10 lakh rupees or 50 lakh rupees, that if you have below this capital, don't do FNO, or at least don't sell. So that kind of thing would have really helped, rather than having a blanket ban on everybody. Same rule for guy having 1 lakh rupees and same rule for guy having 10 crore rupees. So that's my limited view. I'm sure it doesn't matter much, but I thought I'll air it any which way. So I lost track of what I wanted to ask. I had a lot of questions to ask you.
Okay. So can we start the Q&A now?
Yeah. We can start Q&A now. Anybody who wants to ask any question related to what Ankit has already spoken about or related to his life, etc., please ask for a mic now, and we'll take questions. So, Ankit, how many years you have spent in Indonesia,
It's like 5.5 years now.
and what are your future plans? You're living inside an island, and the photo suggests that you.
So I'm in Jakarta. So I go to Bali every month because I'm in sales. So my sales team is also in Bali. So yeah, from the traveling perspective, I like to stay here. Plus, secondary, I'm also a pool player. I earn some money from playing pool as well. So yeah, those two things I started in Indonesia itself. So these like traveling as well as pool, those two things are binding me to Indonesia. Future, like next 2-3 years, I'm in Indonesia. After that, I don't know. Maybe I'll come back to India. Uh,
So you don't you face any problem being in Indonesia and trading Indian market? Like I don't know. I'm just asking aloud. That are there any
Yeah,
rules
there is no problem. There is no problem. See, there are some very good traders who are, some people are, managing funds. For those, if they want to run the prop desk or they want to manage other people's fund, for those people, it can be a problem staying outside India. Well, I'm not taking anybody's fund. I'm not doing any prop desk things. So I'm trading in my individual account, in my wife's account. So I'm not facing any problem regarding staying outside India.
And you said your wife is also a trader, so you have taught all these techniques to her, or she's trading independently as well?
Yeah, so actually, like I got married 2 years ago only, and she was like, "Oh, ye to jua kar rahe ho aap, I will not marry you." That this kind of things happened. But after 3 months of marriage, when she saw that okay, every week the money is coming and it's always profitable, then she started, oh, like it's not. So I explained her it's not something gambling, it's risk management, it's reading the markets. Then she also started. She is still a little bit negative, but close to break even because she's still learning. She's only 4 months ago she started doing trading. She's now doing only positional iron fly, nothing else. So she's slowly coming to a profitable zone. Earlier, she took her own learning path of trying to uh, take the bets of directional option selling or directional option buying. She tried that, she made losses, and she learned it. Even after I explained it that this is the wrong way to do, she tried it, she learned it, she lost it, and now she is following iron fly strategy. She watched that one video. See, there is a reverse Harvey method which is really famous now in India also, and Kapil Dhamma has beautifully explained it in a YouTube video which is available to all. She saw that video and she was like, she fell in love with the iron fly strategy, and now she's only doing that, and slowly she's making
What is this reverse Harvey method?
So reverse Harvey method is this iron fly method only. You sell a straddle and buy the strangle, which is iron fly. Iron fly is like selling ATM strikes and buying the hedges. So those are called wings. And in reverse Harvey, what you do is the market is going up, then you bring the put hedge closer so that your bottom side risk is covered. And when the market is going down, you bring your call side hedge inside so that your upside risk is reduced. And slowly doing the same method, reducing the risk from either side, you ultimately end up in a small profit, or sometimes it's a jackpot if the market is closing in the center. So that's the reverse Harvey strategy, which Kapil Dhamma has explained in his own way with some rules, that if the 20% gap is there, if 40% gap is there, then you shift it. I'll recommend everybody to watch that video because it's really very valuable stuff given to everyone free of cost. So yeah, it helped my wife as well, and she's doing that only. And she thinks that this is completely stress-free way of trading, and that's what she's doing. And parallelly, she's also keeping my trading terminal open in front of her eyes, but she is not touching that. She has. I have told her that if my loss goes beyond 5 lakhs, then close everything. If in case I'm in the meeting or I'm not able to see the screen.
So on a expiry day, like after 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock, your orders are there and your stop loss is there, and you might go away as well because she might not be adjusting it, right?
No, she's not doing anything. Sometimes what happens is, this happened 2 times with me. That scared me a lot. That, oh my god, I can lose a lot of capital. So I put an order, and suddenly got the call from my boss that there's a meeting. I had to rush to the meeting. I could not see terminal. I could not open my mobile. So I just texted my wife that immediately just keep an eye on terminal. If this loss is increasing, close everything. So
Okay.
that's what happened because my Zerodha was open in my laptop. My TOTP was in another phone. I was having another phone in my pocket. So that was a disastrous situation. But luckily, nothing happened on that day. The market was sideways. So, but I have made a rule that if she is in front of terminal, if certain loss is exceeding, she closes everything. Sometimes the SL is not in the system. I took the order and could not put the SL in system. So my wife is my support system. That I will not incur bigger losses.
So she will put all the SL in your absence.
No, she will not put SLs. She will exit all the position if my loss is exceeding certain amount. She's not doing anything. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Mr. Surgeon, you have any questions?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So I started with option buying, but because of this theta decay and oversizing, I started doing directional option selling. So finally, I'm profitable for 2 months. Now the problem I'm facing is because I'm selling ATM calls or puts, even though my direction is correct, after a certain time, my profits are capped. Like in the past 3 days, if you see. So like after the price has moved 100 points away, the prices don't move in selling. So now I have two options, that either I can shift to option buying or I can go in the money. So what do you think I should do? I mean, what's your opinion on this?
Yeah, Ankit, you want to answer that?
Okay. So in this way, I have tried this sometimes. If you're only 100 points or 200 points away from ATM, I have never faced this issue that market is going in your direction and you're still not getting the decay. It only happens in a high volatile market where the downside movements are also sharp and upside movements are also sharp. Then it happens. In those days, I will recommend you to not trade altogether on those days when it's happening. Otherwise, it should not happen. That's my view. Anand, you want to add something here?
We also have Praveen with us. Praveen, you would like to add something?
Yeah, I think. Thanks, Anand. I think the question was slightly different. I think the surgeon actually asked that he's not making enough, even though the direction is correct. Is that the right question?
Yes, absolutely. So like in option buying, if price goes in my side, then I make more profit. But in options, like I'm doing directional option selling. So after price moves a certain point, the delta decreases drastically. So that I miss out on.
So see, there is no right or wrong answer for this, but essentially, if the option is or the direction is moving in your favor, you have the option to do delta drifting, which essentially means that you keep moving your strikes closer so that you maintain your delta and you keep on getting the value. But if you ask me whether you will get the profit equivalent to what you will get in futures or even option buying, that's not going to happen. It would be lower. But if your directions are so good, then you should think of option buying as well. There is this myth that option selling is good or buying is good. There's nothing like that. I mean, depends on how you want to trade it.
Okay,
if you're good in certain thing, you should definitely leverage it.
Yeah. So one thing
I
came up with.
Surgeon, I would want to add one small thing, that whether it is option buying or option selling, it's always law of large numbers. Okay.
Hmm.
In one particular trade, you might see that you did not gain as much as you would have gained in option buying. But if you in similar scenarios, if you compare hundreds similar trades of option buying and option selling, then you will see that on a day where market goes in your direction but gets stagnated, you lose more on option buying, but in option selling you keep on earning. So it's a mixed bag always. You have to pick one style initially at least and stick to it. I mean, even if it is less profit, but if you are net profitable, stick to it and try to master the execution bit. Try to master the how you can smoothen the equity curve, and then you will itself you yourself will get an answer whether you should stick to selling or you should diversify into buying as well.
Yeah, Surgeon, I
Ankit.
will add on to that. If you think that your direction is correct, you can do debit spreads. Like you buy the ATM option and sell 300 or 400 strikes away option. Create it into a debit spread. You will get better profits compared to selling only the option which is losing its delta. So one option is Praveen's option, which is keep on do delta drifting, keep on go closer to the market. Second is turn it into a debit spread. If you are not very comfortable with only option buying, you can do debit spreads.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
But that
Ankit.
will increase my, like, the brokerage and stuff, it will increase. So
Yeah, Ankit, I have a few more questions. Other people, if you have any questions, please ask for a mic. I am not getting any request. Pavanji, if you are my co-host, if you get any request for mic, if you can see it, please approve it and let the gentleman ask a question. In the meantime, I will keep asking you questions, Ankit. Okay.
I can
So,
see around 11. Yeah, go ahead.
हाँ
I can see around
बोलिए
11 requests.
हाँ हाँ अप्रूव करिए ना. मेरे मोबाइल में शायद कुछ प्रॉब्लम है ये मुझे दिख नहीं रहा है एक भी रिक्वेस्ट. तो सबको अप्रूव कर दीजिए प्लीज. So Ankit, in the meantime, I have a question that you scaled up like very fast, and with the grace of God and luck, you're making around 8 to 10% every 1 second, please. 8 to 10% almost every month. And the way you are scaling up your capital, and this is all money that you have earned with your IT job. So, what kind of psychological issues you have faced so far along the journey? या 1 मिनट हार्दिक जी 1 मिनट आंसर कर लेंगे उसके बाद पूछिएगा.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure.
See, I from the initial days of trading, I have kept myself as a risk averse trader only. By being risk averse, I see. First of all, I'm not making 10 to 11, like 9-10% every month. Some good months are there where I'm making 10% or more than 10%. But on an average, in long term, if you see, it's around 6.5% per month return. It's not more than that. So doing that, what I do is I have this one rule: whatever is my net worth, I keep 50% in banks, like in FD or in P2P lending or in some assets. Only 50%, maximum 50% I'll keep in my trading account. If I'm getting bigger profits from my trading, which is creating a skew that my total net worth 60% is in trading, I'll remove that 10% from my trading account and put it into some fixed assets. It can be FDs, it can be debt funds, or it can be buying the property. So that way, even though something happens, some very bad news comes during the market hours, say Pakistan, China, everybody's attacking on India at the same time, and during market hours, market crashes, suddenly flash crash comes. Even in that case, even if I'm losing all my capital, that will be only 50% of my entire net worth. So I will not come onto the streets suddenly because of that. So I have that one rule that I will not trade more than 50% of my entire net worth.
Okay. So that gives you comfort. What was the worst drawdown that you saw in last 3 years?
Yeah, this one, like 23rd of June. That was my worst drawdown.
Okay. हार्दिक जी पूछिए आपका सवाल.
Yeah, sir. Thank you. Sir, my question is to Ankit. Sir, you
Yeah.
just mentioned that some of your friend might be doing or straddle and strangles in USD INR, right, on the day of Thursday.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I was also thinking like that. After completing the Bank Nifty expiry on Thursday, I can also park my money in the USD INR, right? But
Yes.
the question is, sir, how to manage the USD INR if it opens, massively up or down on the Friday morning itself. There is no, I think there is no option available to manage it. So how
Correct. You are completely correct.
yeah.
See, so one thing I'll tell you that if you're keeping it open, first of all, always buy the hedges if you're keeping it overnight.
Okay.
In Ironfly, in from Thursday to Friday, you are correct. You have no other option of adjustment other than just keeping the. For example, if you can buy 500 quantities, you start with only 100 150 quantity on Thursday, and if some move is coming, you adjust the position by the quantity, like sell the opposite side option more
Yeah.
on the quantity side.
Yeah.
That is one way of adjustment. Other way, if you want, I'm talking about my friends who are making 4% 5% return, they are making it positionally, they are not making it intraday.
Okay.
Positionally means they are starting from the Monday and taking the trade until expiry Friday, and again next Monday they are making a new position and closing it on Friday.
Okay.
Doing like this, they are making 4 to 5% per week. So that's what I'm saying.
No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. What I think is, I'm right now trading Bank Nifty very profitably in the selling side, right?
Okay.
So I'm just,
Okay.
so I just want to add one more thing to my portfolio, that is USD INR. But I actually
Yeah.
don't know how can I get started with that.
Yeah, so I told you, right? You can do Ironfly on Thursday night.
Okay.
Where buying the hedges, immediate hedges available, call side and put side.
Okay.
But do it with, for example, if you can do 500 quantities, do it only 150 quantities,
Yeah, I
so
get that.
that
I get
if
it.
some move comes, you can adjust with quantities.
Yeah,
Yeah,
tomorrow morning, if something happen on either side, I can completely shift to the neck to the opposite side with the remaining quantity, right?
correct, correct. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Are there any more questions?
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good evening, Anand and Ankit. Thanks for this opportunity. So, Ankit, I have one question.
Yeah.
So, you said you are doing strangle of Nifty of rupees 7 rupees in CE and PE, right?
Yeah.
If you feel market is going to be range bound.
Yeah.
So, net to net, you are collecting around 15 rupees premium.
Yeah.
So on an average, by end of the day, so you are not sticking to only these initial options. You are doing roll downs and roll ups also.
True.
So on an average, how much premium by end of the day? How much premium you are going to collect by doing adjustment?
You can easily collect 20 to 25 points total.
Okay.
Yeah. In
So
Nifty.
how about SL? So on an average, how many times SL will get it?
See, like there are only very. Hello, am I audible?
Yeah.
Yeah. So out of very rare expiries are there where your SL will not hit. In most of the expiries, some SL is hit. So whenever the SL is hit, and I shift my strike to the next available strike. For example, my call SL is hit. I will see which call is running at 7-8 rupees. I will sell that.
Oh, okay. So like that, how many SLs you take in a day? I mean, when do you call off?
See, sometimes if it depends on the charts also. Now I take directional bets also. If I see the bullishness is very high, sometimes I only stay in puts. I don't go in calls. And another rule is even though the price action is not showing me extreme bullishness, if 3 times my SL are hit in the call side, I will not go in call side. I'll just stay in put.
Okay. So you keep a hard SL on puts.
Yes.
Okay. And by the way, thanks very much for sharing this simple strategy. You again proved that simple things work in market.
Yeah, they work. They really work. It's just it will not work if you're expecting 5-6% return every week. Then nothing will work. So even explain to everybody who speaks with me that expectation should be low, 1 to 1.5% per week. If you expect, market can be giving you much more than that, but you target only 1 to 1.5% per week.
True.
Acha, Ankit, I have a question that hello, am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah, outside of trading, when I go through all the people who are into investing or business or startup or even job, getting 15 to 20% return is unheard of in any other business. So when you being an IT engineer and that too in a foreign country, when you started making such returns, uh, uh, did you ever doubt yourself that ये तो सच नहीं हो सकता, ऐसा तो नहीं हो सकता, right?
So first of all, I'm not
Did
IT
you?
engineer. I'm an MBA.
Sorry, yeah. Oh,
Working as
sorry.
a CS guy. I'm a CS
Sorry.
guy. Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, ऐसा first 2 years में मुझे ऐसे ही लगता था कि यार ये तो I'm just getting lucky. But when people reached out to me, I connected with a lot of traders. I also have some students where I teach them about options. After getting a lot of feedback, I found out, okay, I'm really doing good, and I can keep on continuing this, scaling up. See, scaling up is possible in option selling. So I keep on scaling up. I have actually scaled up from 15 lakh capital to 1 crore capital. I have also scaled up from looking at 20,000 rupees loss, which was giving me fast heartbeats earlier at that time. Now 3 lakh rupees loss is also, I'm not disturbed at all because I've already managed 8 lakh rupees loss. So that psychology shift has happened. And yes, first 2 years I was thinking, yeah, this is unreal. But after that, slowly and gradually, I've accepted that, yeah, okay, this is possible and I'm doing good.
Hello.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, Ankit, I wanted to ask you, as you mentioned USD and INR, so is it really liquid to trade USD INR and can we trade it on Zerodha?
Yes, you can trade it on Zerodha, but make sure that you are trading in CDS segment. There is one more segment, BDS. I think it's BCD. BCD segment is not very liquid. CDS segment is very liquid, and liquid is only in 1 or 2 strikes near to ATM. If you go to OTM strikes, they are not very liquid. So that will be only challenge. Otherwise, ATM strike and 1 strike away from the ATM, those are liquid.
Okay. And one more question, that did you ever consider leaving your job and becoming a full-time trader, or even if you will consider, वो आप कब consider करोगे अगर करोगे तो?
That's a very important, that's a very big question which I have been thinking from last 2 years. मैं last 2 साल से सोच रहा हूँ कि मैं full time trading करूँ, job छोड़ दूँ. So there are 2 reasons. First of all, my job is I'm earning really good from my job. Number 1, which is I have some certain percentage. If my job income is less than 20% of my trading income, then I will seriously think of leaving the job. That is number 1, which is not yet the case. Second thing, I have spoken about this with multiple traders. I'll thank to Shreyash Bundy on this platform. I spoke with him and he gave me a very nice perspective. He told me that even though I'm making 100% plus return in a year from my capital, I should not think of leaving job until and unless, even if I'm not making any money from trading, my expenses are taken care of. What it means is he told me that until and unless you have enough assets which are giving you passive income of more than your expenses, until that point you do not think of leaving the job. That was his perspective, which gave me a new perspective about myself, about my thinking. And yeah, I'm following that right now. Once I create enough assets that the passive income is more than my expenses, then I will, without any second doubt, I'll leave the job and do full-time trading.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Hi Ankit, Abhishek here. Very nicely put the way you said that the job and this you are managing. So the follow-up question on that from my end is because even I am into job and I've been thinking of leaving the job now, but one challenge is how do you manage trading as well as your full-time job?
I told you, this is the I'm being lucky. The type of job I'm doing is I'm into sales. I have a sales team I have a very big sales team across Indonesia. And with sales, what happens is you only have daily meetings, I have 2 hours of meeting, 1 hour in the morning, 1 hour in the evening. Mostly my market hours are free. I have my meeting with my boss on Fridays. On Fridays, I'm free after lunch, which is Friday expiry 12:30. I don't trade anything after 12:30, and after that, I have full day meetings with my boss. So luckily, my job is structured in such a way that I have time for looking at market. If my job was not allowing me to trade at all, then I would have looked for another job, or I would have quit the job ultimately. But
Okay.
luckily, I have the job which is allowing me to do this, or I'm able to manage the time with my job. That's why I'm doing it. If I was
So
not able to do it, yeah.
so as long as you are in the trade, like when, so you make sure that you are on monitoring it and you are on screen, like either you don't have strategies which are like having less screen time or some
No, I have. So if I think if I have meetings lined up and I'm not able to see the screen, I will do systematic trading, like I shared. I will change everything. I'll close all my position and I'll all sell again. Go in Nifty, sell 7 rupees strike, put the SL in 13 rupees, and do my work. I'll not
Got
let
it.
trading affect my job.
Okay.
If and see, there is a sounds coming from Zerodha, and it means the SLs are hit. Then as soon as I get like 2 minutes time from my meeting or from my work, I go and take new position. So that sounds from Zerodha helps me.
Great. Got it. Thanks.
Acha, Ankit, one more question. Have you ever thought of, as you are an expiry trader expert, so have you ever thought of getting into crude oil expiry or, any other expiry of any other instrument, especially in commodities?
Actually, Anand, I kept on thinking on that. I tried this. There is one platform, Delta Exchange. I'm not recommending anyone, and about that, I tried expiries on Delta Exchange for cryptocurrency, but it's completely different from what Nifty, Bank Nifty, USD INR, or Fin Nifty is. They are like not very liquid, and they're like violent moves coming at any time, and they're like running 24/7. So I tried that, but yeah, I decided to stick with these. These are also enough. Bank Nifty, Nifty, Fin Nifty, USD INR. Those are already taking most of my time. So I'm not looking after anything right now anymore.
Yeah, Mayank, you have a question? We'll wind up in another 10 minutes because tomorrow it's a market day.
Yes.
Mayank? I think Mayank has gone back to sleep.
So
Ravi?
I have a
Yes.
question, Anand. So yeah, I'm
Yeah. Go.
on the USD INR. I mean, I tried that long back, and after that, because of liquidity, did not do it. So, what is the kind of liquidity when you say at the ATM? Does it have enough liquidity to consume market orders, or you put limit orders and wait for the fill?
No. See, in USD INR, market orders are not allowed because Zerodha is not allowing that. But liquidity is in such a way that the only difference is the minimum price difference. For example, in Nifty, the minimum price is 0.05, correct?
Yeah, there it is, 0.005, but
0025. So in USD INR, it's 0025.
No, Ankit, I think I'll rephrase the question. Let's say if you have to hit 10,000 quantity, and let's say ATM is on a Thursday evening, ATM is trading at 0.07 paisa. Okay. So, like, do you have to slice the order, or will it absorb in one go? How do you go about it? Like, because what I have seen, I mean, I don't have much experience with larger quantity in USD INR, that it takes time to get a fill, right?
So in Zerodha, I have tried 8,000 quantities in one go. It happens. Only slippage of 0025 I have seen, and ATM strike. I'm saying. So there is not little bit slippages even if you get in Nifty, Bank Nifty. That will happen in USD and ATM strikes. In OTM strikes, you might have to wait for like 5 or 10 minutes or sometimes 30 minutes to finish your order at your desired price. But in ATM strikes, it is quite liquid according to me. Yeah.
Okay, great. So just one. I mean, I sorry I joined late, but one point which you spoke, Ankit, about your wife monitoring the trades on expiry. I have just one anecdote to add, and this is a superpower that you have. I know someone in, I think, 2017. He used to he still runs a business, and he was a very avid option trader. And he had a client meeting, or he had to visit some client on that day. His orders were in, and the location of the client was such, it was at the outskirts, and there was no internet connection. By the time he actually came back from the meeting, his MTM was more than 1 crore negative. So,
Oh my God.
anybody, I mean, he recovered everything in 1 year. He was too good a trader. But point here is that if you're doing options trading and if you don't have SLs in the system, very, very important to keep monitoring it. So what you have is a superpower in the sense that there's somebody who is actually looking at the trade, and it's like a kill switch, right, for you. So when you say 5 lakh and then kill it, it's very good to have.
Yeah. So that's very important as well. Yes.
Hi, okay. Hi, this is Ravi. I have a question. When you say that when your view is bullish, you sell a very high, expensive premium put and cheaper call. So, I mean, I understand that you will make money when it goes up. So, when are you going to book your profit? And would you not book your profit unless I mean the resistance is how is the profit booking mechanism?
So see, because I'm an expiry trader, I keep rolling the strikes until the expiry time, like until 325, 328. I keep my positions open to get the entire time decay. So I don't have that profit ho gaya, chalo band kar do. I keep on adjusting the positions until 328, 329.
And what if the view goes wrong? Like your expensive put will last, right?
Yeah, so I have that fixed SL कि यार ये 30 rupees का 40 rupees का बेचा है, 60 rupees पर SL है. Or like if I'm selling very cheap 20 rupees का call and put, 42x price पर मेरा SL होता है. So my SLs are fixed. Where I have to book the losses, that is defined. Where I have to book the profit, that is not defined. That I'll keep on rolling as per the time goes.
Thank you. And one question for Anand sir. So I am actually I have a system where I do scalping, and I mean on an average I get some at least 10 to 12 entries a day, and by the time it is 3:30, it is very exhausting. I've been practicing from last 2 months, so I mean if I backtest it, it would definitely give me a positive return, but I do not come out positive for that day. I mean, maybe because of the execution and because of the exhaustion, the scalping does on my capital or on my mind actually. Assuming that even if a computer is doing the trade and you're not exhausted, 10 to 12 trades a day, your impact cost will be too high. Your slippage will be too high, which will not be visible in the backtest. So, what I would suggest you add some kind of additional filter where your number of trades will be less than 5 in a day. And as you said, it mentally also it is exhausting. Every loss goes and makes a dent in our ego, in our trading psychology, and everything. So make it less than 5, and on a normal day it should be not more than 3-4 trades. Max should be 5. I mean, that's my opinion.
So I just want to add there. If so, back testing. I mean, I know a lot of people. I think last time also we discussed. Back testing is one way to just test the hypothesis, which you did. But believe me, back testing is much inferior than the forward testing that you will do at a small quantity. And this is essentially what I've been saying for a long time, that back testing is just hypothesis, forward testing is what really matters. So if you see that you're forward testing, you are not getting the same result, while in back testing you're getting positive, that does not necessarily mean that it's a good system. So apart from what Anand had said, and you should definitely go back to the drawing board, the of 100 points, if I have to assign to a system, back testing will not take more than 20-25 points. After that, you have to seriously look at how the execution can happen, and whether in the forward testing you are able to replicate or better the result. If not, then there are hundreds of back testing systems which are available in the market. Doesn't make money.
Okay, sir.
Uh,
Thank you.
I got a
And
question in message
Yeah,
saying that
go ahead.
being an NRI, how am I doing the trade on Zerodha? Because Zerodha has 100 rupees per order for options. How do you make 1% per weekly after taking a lot of cost of brokerage? So actually, I'm trading in my mother's account, so that NRI problem is not coming. Um, so yeah, that's the answer. So I'm not trading in my personal account. I mean, the name of the account is on my mother's. So
See, Ankit, I'll tell you one thing. I'll give you an add-on. See, the thing is, uh, generally in my spaces or on a vast universe of Twitter, we should try to discuss ideas. Once someone start getting into our personal life and in our pants, it's impossible to answer series of questions. Then the next question will be, why are you trading in your mother's account? Then the next question will be, are your profits genuine or not? So it never ends. So
yeah,
like what you are eating in Indonesia, whether you are eating monkey's brain or not, it's none of anybody's business, right? If someone wants to start a business selling monkey's brain, then only it becomes relevant. Okay. Otherwise, what the personal details are, I would rather not answer such questions. As you are growing very fast on social media, so this is my humble advice to you that encourage people to discuss ideas. And as you would grow, somehow people become very curious about your personal life. कि आप वाकई में आम छील के खाते होंगे या काट के खाते होंगे, but it's highly irrelevant.
okay. Thanks. This is good advice.
hey, Ankit, I have one more question.
Yeah.
So you do strangles, right? So what is the most frustrating moment when you're doing adjustments? So for example, for me, it's a fake outs. Fake outs is most frustrating thing for me. Like suppose, let's say if it is going to give fake breakdown, so I will be
Yeah.
adjusting call side, then
Hmm.
immediately it reverses, and I have to do immediate put side adjustment, or else I have to roll up a call. So
So
what is
this
your most
So
frustrating
nowadays
instance?
these happenings are very frequent. So these are not very irritating. Yeah, those were irritating in initial times, but now the irritating part is big movements on either side. Upside big movement, then downside big movement, then again upside big movement. This N-shaped days are coming like after 23rd June. Again, one more day came, but I somehow came out in profit, keeping in mind that 23rd of June day. But that end shit movements are more frustrating to me. Otherwise, this fake breakouts are manageable.
Okay, thanks.
Any more questions? Yeah.
So I don't have any question, but I just want to say, like, in February, I also started doing USD INR, and since then, I think I connected with Ankit. Like, I shared some of the ideas, and he shared also with me. Like, so since then, I've been doing like currency expiry. It's been like 5 months, I think. So till it's been like 19 expiries, and like out of them, 18 are profitable and only one loss. So as Ankit said, right, it is like like the returns are also good, like 0.72 in my case for each of the expiry. So yeah, it's been going good, and thanks to Ankit for sharing the knowledge in the Twitter as well. Yeah, thanks.
Is
And
it what, like, are you Mayank Tripathi?
Yes, Anand
So
sir.
Mayank जी, आप LinkedIn में काम करते हैं?
मैं LinkedIn अभी छोड़ दिया, मैं स्टार्टअप ज्वाइन किया अभी
क्या
बैंगलोर में.
बात है, startup. So what happened in the expiry in which you made a loss? Loan expiry in which you made a loss. What happened?
So basically, it was like there was like I think it was like there was it was very volatile. So the USD INR crosses 80 for the first time, I think. So the call side expanded a lot. So like there was like it expanded from 0.075 to I think 2.75 something, 0.275. So at that time I was not able to cut the call side at the right time. So at that time I incurred a loss. Other than that, it was like a smooth sailing. Like there was no such a big intraday movement apart from that. So it was only when the GSD crossed 80 for the first time. Yeah.
So what kind of returns you are getting from your last 19 USD INR expiries?
So on an average 0.72.
Okay, not bad, not bad. Okay.
That's really great, yeah, from yours. So there is one more question. Speak something about your educational background and why you venture into trading. So yeah, so I have done BTech in mechanical engineering in 2013 from NIT Bhopal. Then I did MBA from IIM Raipur, and I was actually campus recruited from IIM Raipur to Indonesian company. And since then, I stayed in Indonesia. I switched companies. Uh, why I started trading? Because I started trading to get some additional income. It turned out to be a boon. The additional income grew much bigger than my salary. So yeah, then I stayed in trading, keeping looking at the potential.
Okay, any more questions there, or we'll wind up? Ankit, do you have any last words, and then we'll wind it up. Okay.
Okay, so guys, first of all, I would like to thank each and every one of you to take out 1 hour of your time to listen to me. I'm really thankful to Anand as well to invite me to the spaces. We were trying to do it for like more than more than a month, I think, right, Anand?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'd like to thank each and everyone for the time, and also thank you, Anand, for this. I would love to do this spaces again in future. Really enjoyed the questions, really enjoyed the conversation which we had. Uh, thank you, Praveen. Thank you, Pawan. Thank you, Mayank. Everybody, thanks a lot.
Okay, guys. So we'll end it here. We'll keep doing new spaces and probably 2 to 3 spaces every week. So stay tuned. Thank you. Good night. Bye bye.
Bye.